So I wanted to find an Inverness cape for myself. After watching Sherlock Holmes and Without a Clue, even seeing John Pertwee as the Doctor in Doctor Who, I always thought to myself, I want to get myself an Inverness cape. There's cosplay ones out there that people go to conventions with. They look rather nice. But I wanted to get I'm one of those people who likes to do things properly. I like to put a lot of effort into things and have the genuine article. That's me. I'm also a terrible impulse buyer. But I did some research online just to find out where I could get an Inverness cape. The real Inverness company that make the really expensive ones out of Harris tweed, they're a bit expensive, considering that you'd have to pay like 600 to 700 odd quid just for an Inverness cape. You can choose your different tweed, etc. That's fine, but it's a bit too much to spend on something that you're only going to wear for special occasions, maybe. So I looked for cheaper versions. I looked on eBay. There were some interesting ones on there, but the trouble is they don't come custom made to fit you. They're just the one size. Sometimes people have ones that have a chest size of about 50. I'm not a 50-inch chest, you might have noticed. I'm quite a scrawny little Welsh guy. So I found another company that made some more. Some companies out there, they sell ones that are looking really cheap and tacky, you know, like the fancy dress ones that you can get for like 20 quid. I'm not going to spend 20 quid on something and wear it out and about all the time. But I found a really interesting company called the Historical Emporium, Gentleman's Emporium. It's an online website based in America, but they make all these interesting clothes from the old times, like Edwardian, Victorian, even cowboy costumes as well, also steampunk. Interesting site, you should check them out. After looking through some of their clothes and options for different sort of cloaked coats, I discovered that there were two different versions of such a coat out there. There's Inverness coats. Inverness coats are what John Pertwee, the Third Doctor, wore. Basically, it's like an overcoat, but it hasn't got any sleeves. That's an Inverness coat. Just goes over your own jacket, etc., and you just put your arms with your own jacket through those sleeves there. But the other version, which Michael Caine wore in Without a Clue, was a Coburn coat, according to their website anyway. Sometimes they're called an ultra coat. But those are the Inverness coats that were worn in the young Sherlock Holmes movie as well. It's a cloaked coat with sleeves as well. And I thought to myself, oh, I'd love to get one of those. Luckily, some of them were custom made as well, but they're made from a very cheap wool, but you can choose whichever size you want. Trouble is with their website, according to all the reviews, I always check the reviews before buying anything that I want, because I want to make sure that other people have liked it before I actually buy things. But the sizing was a little bit higher than my own sizing, so I had to go for something that was the lowest size was about 39-inch chest, which isn't too bad considering I'm about a 36, 37. So I went for a brown Coburn coat, and this is what it looks like.
So here we are, we have the Coburn coat, which I bought from the Gentleman's Emporium. I'm going to go in for a bit of a close-up. Sorry about the blurry screen. My phone does tend to adjust. Now, it's quite a good colour. I went for the brown one myself. It's a little, maybe slightly different from the colour it was on the website. Come on, photo. Let's see, zoom in. There you go. It's very nicely lined. It's good. It's got lining on the interior as well. If I just add a bit of light there, you can see that there. It's quite beautiful. If I was to move that there, there's the cloak. It's got the sleeve by here. That's what it looks like on the hanger. This is a size 38. It's got interior lining here, so you can just put that over your coat. It's meant to go over a jacket or coat. Also, interior there. It's got an interior pocket by here, which is the best pocket it's got on it, actually. It's just a standard interior pocket. On the outside, you can actually throw that over there, a bit like that. The collar comes up as well. Oh dear, the lighting in here is absolutely bollocks, isn't it? But of the pockets, there's one here. The pockets here aren't very good. It's a very sort of like a felt stuff or something. It's very, but the pocket, you can just about get your hand in. I think that's all the use it is, really. So even my hand is bloody stuck in there. They should make the pockets bigger and much more accessible. If you'd like to see the back of the coat, this is what the back of the coat looks like. If I just turn that around on the hanger. The back of the coat, of course, the cloak comes down here. And it's got this little buckle thing here, of course. And comes up here, got slight tails at the bottom as well. It's quite beautiful. It is quite beautiful to look at. But trouble is, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the... It's obviously very cheaply made. I mean, when I say cheaply, I don't mean like, oh, they just threw it together. A lot of thought's gone into it. But it's not made of Harris tweed, of course. Let's see what it looks like when it's on. So yes, this is what it looks like when you're wearing it. Sorry about the lighting in here. The lighting in my room at the moment is absolutely bollocks. But if you do the coat up, like so, I wouldn't wear the coat up myself. I like my coats open. And that's just my own personal preference. But what lighting you can see here. The buttons, I'm not too fond of the buttons. They do look a bit shoddy. Look very sort of cheap and costumey. That's what makes the whole thing look a bit cheap and costumey. But then again, I guess they make these for, not for outer use, but for maybe people who are looking for... Even look, the buttonholes, they don't fit. The buttons don't bloody fit through the holes properly. It feels like I'm going to break the button. Fix this. There you go. That goes there. It's a shame it's a dark colour. Maybe they should put like a lighter lining on the inside or whatnot. If you want to make it a bit more decorative, you can wear a deer stalker. Walk around like that. A fake pipe as well. Looks a bit ridiculous, really. It does feel a bit baggy, but then I'm not wearing my jacket underneath it. Sizing wise, if you want to know how big it is, consider me. I am about 5'7". Well, I am 5'7", not about 5'7". I'm 5'7". And this is how far it comes down on me, down to about here. Is that light even on? Quite a good coat. It comes down to about my knees, right here. Goes over my overcoat as well. How to do that? It's not Pertwee-esque, so you can't sort of hold the things out there with. It's not the cloak isn't long enough to do that like Pertwee does. You can also throw that behind you. I don't know whether to have a collar up like that. Walk around like that, or have the collar down. Right, so this is what it looks like when I'm putting my coat on. Got that. Like that. This is my brown jacket to go underneath, really. There's no point in wearing it. But you can wear it over a coat. It does keep you warm. It is relatively warm. Sort of thickens it out a bit as well. What do you think? It does look a bit. It does feel a bit sort of costumey. Maybe it just makes me feel a little bit ridiculous. I wanted to get one of these so I could wear them out and about in the snow. But I don't know.
it does feel very slightly costumic. So maybe I'd use this for a stage show or something like that. So if I was to put the hat on like that, I should have got myself a different colour, dear stalker, really. What do you think? This is what it looks like. I'm 5'7". I have a chest size of about 36, 37. It's not too bad. This is what it would look like. On a white background.